fuck you doing?
Remember that name, Good Pizza, with 3 Z's, baby, 3 Z's.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy JP, Good Pizza. Yo, this week we got a very special 2 guests in the building. The homie AJ and Tomas from Calibis came through to tell their story. Man, these guys told their story from their early days in Guam to when they migrated to this country, all the hustles they came up with, the big family they come up with. Yo, it was a dope story, man. You guys are gonna love this one, man. Good Pizza, Calabus. We'll see you all on the show. So what's up, my guys?
We're rolling too.
Oh, we're doing good, bro.
See, man. Thanks for coming through.
Of course.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely, man. We got the homie AJ and Tomas here from
What's up, everybody?
Calabus, hanging out.
Good.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
man, everything's good, man. This is long overdue. I'm excited to do this pod with you guys.
Yeah, us too, bro. Long overdue, and it's a
Yeah.
pleasure for us to be here, man.
Hell
Really
yeah.
appreciate you having us. Dude,
We watched you start this up, bro. Proud of you, bro.
Thanks, man. Thanks,
we've
man.
been watching. We've been
supporting. For
supporting. You know what I'm saying?
Love it, bro. Thank you, man. And I got to give you guys your flowers. You guys are part of the reason I started my podcast, bro. I was loving the rotation show. Heavy in my rotation of podcasts at the time was First Smoke and you guys, man, because you guys were like, and Hashish Shin. I used to watch that one too. That was more towards the Hash crew. Still dope, but I like that, First Smoke, and you guys like were covering like the whole game. You guys were getting dope guests, and I was like, fuck, dude, this is dope.
That
So
was
yeah,
some good times, dude, for sure.
Yeah, for real. So yeah, that was around the time I started mine. You guys were a couple episodes in, I think, and
Yep.
I finally pulled the trigger on my show. And, here we are, man.
You
Shit.
stay consistent, bro.
100.
Good job.
I did.
That's
Thanks,
the
man.
only thing with podcasts. Stay consistent.
Yeah.
Just keep releasing.
Yeah.
Who cares who's watching? As long as you're getting what you need out of it, you're
Yep.
fucking golden, dude.
Yep.
Yeah, we just got a little spread thin, so we had to start picking which companies we want to focus on. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I understand
Yeah.
fully. And then like the way you guys did it was ill because it was you guys and Dave from Preferred, and was there any other co-hosts?
Alex was the
And
co-host.
Alex
Yep.
from Preferred,
Yep.
right? Which was Fiore at the time. Fiore Delivery. So it's like 3 different cannabis companies. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And like 3 different schedules within cannabis companies. You know what I'm saying? That's not easy to do. And I remember talking to some of you guys who were like, man, it was just hard with the schedules and shit. And you know what I mean? Like this, it's not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
And imagine trying to run a podcast with Dave now versus then.
Ha!
Bro,
Good luck,
that's the
player.
busiest guy in the game, bro.
He is, bro.
Give flowers to Dave, bro. That guy puts in all
Love
the
Dave,
work.
bro.
He never sleeps. I don't know. He's got like that real heavy work
We don't know when he
mentality.
sleeps. We used to
We don't
text
know
him
when he
that.
sleeps.
I'm pretty sure it's like 12 to 4 a.m.
That's
every
it.
day, bro.
That's it.
If that.
Dave's a savage, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And shout out to the Preferred crew, man. They're fucking
Yep.
going hard right now. They're doing the 75 Hard Challenge, inspiring and motivating me to do it. I have not done it,
I like it.
but I'm thinking about it.
We all been on our health kick too, man.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Straight up.
It's
getting
good.
a little older, you gotta listen to your body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
That's a fact,
We've
bro.
been watching what we eat and shit like that. You know.
Yep. You guys working out and shit?
Yeah.
Good.
Well,
I
not
try.
really. I'm jiu-jitsu.
Oh, cool.
I'm getting heavy into jiu-jitsu right now.
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
that's been working out for me. I hate going to the gym. I hate working out. I hate putting weights on a rack and re-racking them and
Yeah.
all that comes with it. I hate running. God, I hate
I fucking
running.
hate running,
I fucking
bro.
hate
It's so
running,
good
dude.
for you.
I know.
I hate it, bro.
I know, but I hate it. But when I went to jiu-jitsu, I kind of found something that I liked. 1, I'm getting a hell of a workout.
Good.
2, I'm learning to be dangerous as fuck.
Yeah.
So and be able to defend myself as well. So
That's dope.
That's good.
That's dope. Where you going to school? Where's your dojo?
Infinite Jiu-Jitsu in Rockland. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah,
Nice.
shout out to those guys over there. They
Nice,
keep
bro.
me in check. Shout out to Luke. They do it right for me, man.
Dope, bro.
Yeah, it's a nice camaraderie, and it's a whole group of another type of people, not just like the weed industry people that I know. It's people from all walks of life, and they're all kind of motivated and heading in up and up direction.
Nice.
So it's good. It's good
I
to
like
be
that.
around people like that. For me at least.
Yeah,
I like to learn and grow all the time.
Yeah, man. And you know, when you're in the weed industry, sometimes you get stuck within just that crowd. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's good to branch out and do other things and tap into other networks. You know?
Yeah.
Definitely, you have to, bro.
Yeah, absolutely.
You got to network with other business owners.
Yep.
And we do that often, bro, because we also have our other business, Fresh Press Inc. So we print a
Yep.
lot of shirts for, the city.
Nice, bro.
Other businesses, other brands. All not in the industry of weed, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we meet a lot
That's
of
good.
them. We vibe with a lot of them.
Cool.
So we pick their brain, learn to be better businessmen,
Mm-hmm.
So that's the path we're on right now for sure, bro.
Good.
Like we're trying to
Good.
dial in, strategize, and push forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's so good to have a cannabis company and then own a printing and shirt and garment business. You know what I'm saying? And you guys do quality work, man. You guys use good quality garments. Everything
you,
I've
bro.
seen that you guys pump out, that my friends have put out, it's always really nice, dude. So
Yeah.
good for you guys, man. Nice shop too. I've been there a couple
Thank you.
times. Yeah.
Yeah, you have. You picked up a few things.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It is a little bit of leverage we have in the industry to be able to produce our own merch and also produce good merch for our friends. That has been, detrimental because in the cannabis industry, there's very little ways to promote yourself.
Yeah.
Like, so getting that merch onto people and letting them promote for you is a real big piece of the puzzle.
Definitely.
So just getting that merch out there, and then helping other brands present themselves correctly, it helps.
Yeah.
So
That's dope, bro.
Yeah. We owned the clothing brand for a long time, bro. So we always wanted the best,
How long?
long time.
Well, I would say, man, we started Calabus, really started Calabus around 2010.
Okay.
But, we created it around 2006. But this is while I was going through college,
Okay.
back in the hustle days and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was, Calabus. We started as California Cannabis. We were heavy in the weed scene. We were
Yeah.
heavy in pushing packs,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So
Those are the good days.
those were the
Yeah.
good old days, dude.
For sure.
Right out of high school, dude, we were pushing packs down to Arizona and shit like that.
Nice.
SoCal, Arizona. And we went down to Arizona one time to drop a load and shit. And we're past 7 years. Right?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And our tattoo artist, when we used to sit there and wait for all the money to come in, our tattoo artist there would fucking line us up and we all get tatted and shit.
Oh, let's go.
And he loved Cali weed, so these were really high-end, cheap tats for us. So, but the cool thing about this guy, he was always into different little artsy things. So one time we went down, he was into building figurines. One time we went down, he was into this or that. It was all kind of artsy. But then one time we went down, he was into screen printing T-shirts.
Okay.
And so he drew out a design for us, and then we watched him do the entire process.
This was before Calibis started,
This is
right?
the original.
Okay.
So what we wanted on a shirt was we're from Guam, bro.
Yeah.
Throw some Guam on there, Guam style. That's when we started the Guam style brand.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then he showed us how to stencil it out on the screen, how he puts his art on, and we were just fucking fascinated, bro.
Mouths
We're
dropped,
down there
oh.
pushing weed, flipping packs, breaking down packs. We used to sit down there because we stayed in Arizona for 1 year, so we had a group of homies down there.
Okay.
So-
Where at Phoenix?
Yuma,
Yuma.
Arizona, bro.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Yuma.
Yuma's on the border of California and Arizona.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
In the most south spot.
Okay.
It was
gotcha.
actually one of the dopest experiences, bro.
Dope.
Yuma,
Yeah.
the people there, they're fucking solid,
Yeah.
bro.
Nice, dude.
We still have very good friends from there, bro. We have
Tight.
a whole crew down there that we still keep in touch with,
Nice, bro.
Because we used to fucking,
Really good people
we
down
were
there.
all in the weed scene down there when we lived there. We're smoking that Bammer.
They're
And then we
into
used to
reggae.
smoke that fucking Killer Green Bud from Cali while we stayed down there. We're like, fuck, bro, 20 a gram? Damn, dude. But this was back in the day. So we used to go back there to all our friends, bring the
2005?
Cali Bud back to them, fucking flip packs
Yeah.
constantly, bro. It used to go like that, bro. Super fast, bro.
Nice.
But he inspired us, our tattoo artist, and Josh. Shout out to Josh. He inspired us to, dude, on the way back that trip, we had cash in our pocket and we're like, we're going to buy a fucking screen press, dude.
Yep.
So we bought a fucking screen press as soon as we got back. And then we really started getting into it. And one of my boys was working for a screen printing company. So he came and showed us Moss picked up the graphic designing, and he had no experience. And then me and my other brother Bubba, we picked up the screen printing portion of it. And so he would design, we would screen print, and we were just fucking around for a while. And then my brother Bubba came home one day and he was like, Calibis. And we're like, oh, hell yeah, nice. Calibis it is.
No, we were cruising in this big, so there's 5 of us boys, bro, in my family.
5 brothers, huh?
There's 5 brothers. Shoot. And each one of us always had a homie that always just stayed at the house. So we always rode around in a fucking pack of boys, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So we were pulled over a lot. We were fucked with a lot. You know, we had but we were rolling in this Ford Ecoline van that we used to have fucking, you know, all of us can fit, and we were just blazing in there. And I remember my brother's just like puffing. This was here in Sacramento. He's puffing. He's like, he just looked at me out of nowhere. We're into the shirt shit. He's like, Calabus, dog. I was like, what? Calibis, dog. California cannabis. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a dope brand. Right when I got home, bro, straight to the room, fucking. I didn't know graphic design, but it took me a long time to make designs, you know what I mean? Yeah. So I just started putting shit together, came out with the logos soon after that, bro, and we were just on our way, bro. Mm-hmm. We started fucking booking shows.
We were just wearing our own shit for a while, just because we didn't identify with like what Spencer's was putting out at the time. So we're just pretty much he was designing for us to wear our lifestyle that represented us a lot cleaner than what, you know, was there.
Sure.
And then people started asking us to buy them, and that's when we were like, oh shit, nice, we might have something. And once that happened, we kind of started selling. And then one of our buddies said, dude, you guys should be hitting these shows. And so that was the start. Lee told us to hit the shows. We started, Calibis clothing really started jumping off when we hit the LA HempCon. LA HempCon.
Like these are the first shows of cannabis.
Yeah, 2011.
So we were at most of the first shows of High Times, HempCons, all of this. But this was around 2010 or 11.
Mm-hmm.
So Calibis started in 2006. We were just fucking around. I was still going to college.
Yeah.
I think I just came back because I went to Humboldt State. So,
nice.
So I went up to Humboldt State. I got busted up there in my dorm room because I used to sell to all the fucking kids in the dorm room. I came up from Sacramento, went to Humboldt State, started fucking selling weed. I've always sold weed, bro, since before I moved there. So I moved up there, started selling weed, got busted for weed there. But in the process of getting kicked out of the CSU system, I went to jail there for 1 week because I had like over a half pound that I had to bring into my dorm to show all the homies because it was some fucking fire-ass Northern Lights from this dude up in Humboldt, bro. Mm-hmm. And this is back in the day when pounds are like 36 for indoor, 4,000 for indoor, fucking 3,000 for fucking regular ass outdoor, you know? So I moved up to Humboldt and I found farmers up there. So after I got busted in the dorms, I went to jail for 1 week. Then I came out with fucking like 20 new dealers, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That was the nicest jail I ever been to, bro.
No shit,
fucking
dude.
Handshakes and smiles, dog. I was like, holy shit. This fucking, I'm meeting all these fucking, I met this native dude. We had plantations. I was like, brother, you know, do the handshake.
Yeah.
I met this other dude, fucking, they start telling me prices like $2,000 a pound. I was like, 2,000? What'd you say, dude? 2,000 a pound, dog?
Yeah. That was a deal back
I already
then.
thought 32 in sack. Oh shit, dog.
Oh, we about to get it.
Hey, I'm gonna take your number, dog. I'm gonna take your number. You know what I mean? Took all their numbers, moved back to Sacramento. Told one of my boys here who flipped big weight, drove right back up there. Damn, bro, that was some good times, man.
Yeah, you knew who to bring up there.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then from there on up, dude, it was fucking, we're running it up, dude. It was fun, man. That was some good times. So then we moved. So when I came back down from Humboldt State, you know, we're still pushing, feeding our brand, buying equipment, learning how to screen print. And then I graduated 2010 from Sac State. I still went through with college.
Cool.
I did the probation, all that. and then I finished college in Sac State. Then that's when I told my brothers, let's go. I'm supposed to get a job after fucking college. I'm like, nah, dude, let's open up a shop, dude. So we went, opened up a shop. We were becoming, or AJ and my brother were ready fucking professional in screen printing, We're like,
nice.
Hey, we need a shop, dog. We can find customers, you know what I mean? We can print for him. So, we opened up our first shop, and that's when we started really pushing Calibis. Then we start thinking, let's start going to these shows. Yeah. So we started going to all the fucking high times. This was in the midst of all of this cannabis, the cannabis movement of all the medical, everything like that, Mm-hmm. So we wanted to go out there as well to start fucking. Well, first we're really set on the fucking t-shirts. We're already pushing weed. We had no mind to that just yet, We started going out there. It was kind of sketchy, People had jars on the table in San Francisco high times, LA.
Things were just starting to loosen up.
Yeah, okay. So we, the guys with the balls are the guys that fucking usually win, dude. Yep. And they go to jail, but they get out, but they push it to the fucking limit. You know what I'm saying? So we've been around all those dudes that we're watching this industry starting to fucking emerge, bro. And so by going out there with our t-shirts, we met a lot of brands, bro. Like a lot of them are not too much around. Like the Sea Junkie boys were out there when they just first had their first booth. We remember them. They used to come up. They used to come up, buy shirts. Like we used to sell shirts to a lot of them, bro. A lot of them didn't have branding. They didn't have t-shirts. They were just coming out backpacks, like fucking Golden Gate Park style with cannabis, pulling jars out of their backpack. A brand with a fucking sticker, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, oh shit, okay. So as it started loosening up, we started fucking thinking, we're like, fuck, bro. We can pretend
we can totally do this.
We can get a brand too and start putting our buds on the table, Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So from our clothing brand opened up a lot of networking. It opened up a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
That we've seen. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But between like 2012 to like 2018, 19, we started really doing it really big in the reggae industry. Okay. So Cali Roots, Cali Vibes, a lot of the dry diggings up here. Yep. Like we were doing those shows religiously every single year. We went like 12 years with Cali Roots.
Wow.
So we actually made it pretty big in the reggae industry, and we also came up with a lot of the really big reggae bands that are out right now.
Yeah, bro. So, like Revolution, right?
Yeah. I mean, no, they came up before us. Those guys are huge. Well, they were like...
They're good friends.
Yeah, they're good friends.
They were already big by the time you guys...
Oh, yeah. Rev's been doing it almost the longest. They've been doing it
like 06,
long.
07, right?
But like Fortune Youth Boys, The Green, those guys are really good friends. Catch a Fire Boys. And but we had really good weed at the shows. So we would fucking give them, they were coming from out of town, and would just drop them some Northern California Sacramento fire on the dog. So, and they were always appreciative. Yeah. So that helped.
That was the easiest way because there wasn't so many the cannabis dispensaries, this and that. So we were like, hey, check this out. Yeah. Holy shit.
Solid.
They'd be like, damn, dog, holy shit. Let me see that. You know what I mean?
Here's some shirts.
We always had the fire, bro. We've had it pretty dialed with our homies that grow some of the best shit, what I mean? Up here in the Sacramento area to Humboldt,
What's up, guys? It's your boy JP, Good Pizza. Check this out. Everybody's been asking, where can I find the fire slices in California? Check it out. Here's the list. Write it down, take a picture, take a screenshot.
So yeah, man, we made a lot of friends through cannabis, bro, and that from our Calibis clothing brand to the cannabis industry, there's just so much solid people in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it helped us push our networking and us as a brand forward. You know what I'm saying?
But we kept seeing all these guys kind of in the cannabis industry kind of starting to come up. So we're like 3 or 4 years in, watching them grow as a brand, and they started making some real money because this is 2015 or 215 days. So then in 2015 for us, we jumped into the market.
Okay.
And we bought the third distillation machine
Okay.
in California, and we just started hitting the ground running. We got into
We got our
every
first root
store.
science machine
Yeah.
when like distillate and vape carts were just coming out.
Yep.
So
Wow.
our boy from Seattle, he hooked us up with he was already in the business in Seattle because Seattle started before California.
Yeah, I remember
So
that.
he's like, hey, I got an in on this right now, and I'm close with these guys. They're partnered in our companies too. They're running the root science fucking distillation machines. We're like, what are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, we didn't know
So
anything.
so they brought it down. A lot of people didn't know. Then I called my boys in Humboldt like, hey, we need crude oil. Do you know? Oh, yeah, we know what that is, man. We're pumping. I'm like, the fuck, dog? You never told me about this shit, you know? They had buckets, dude. They used to bring them down for us. And then that's when we first started doing pens. And pens were pretty new on the market.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, that first wave was crazy. There was a lot of money to be made, and the margins
Yeah.
were sick, bro.
But actually, dude, we have to back up from that.
Back it up.
Dude, our story's fucking crazy, bro.
It's long.
So we
can
had
hop
this
around.
fucking,
It's long.
we were hustling packs, thinking we're fucking like just jumping the gun of the biggest ideas that we had, a lot of them were a lot of lessons learned for us, not L's, lessons, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
So we're just hustling, thinking we're fucking badass. We go, hey dog, we had a lot of fucking, we have a lot of friends, a big Guam community in San Diego. Like our crew's deep down
No
there,
way,
you know?
bro. Nice.
So we went down there and we're like, bro, we should fucking,
Open up.
we should open up a spot here on the beach.
Yeah.
Dog, we opened up a fucking Calibis store on the beach
PB.
in PB,
Pacific
right on
Beach.
Garnett,
Yeah.
like
Okay.
a couple blocks from the water, right?
Nice.
So while I was going down there checking things out, I ran into my dorm mate from Humboldt, my boy Armando.
Nice.
And I was like, yo, Armando, what you been up to, bro? He's like, I got like 4 dispensaries down here, eh? I was like, what?
Damn,
Holy
dude.
shit.
Nice.
I told him my plan. He goes, hey, check this out. I'll pay half the rent. Let's get a delivery service in the back of the shop. I was like,
Yep.
whoa, dude. I'm like in tourist town, bro. Like, this is like, how
It's a
we gonna
wild
do
idea.
that? So we found the space and he's like, we'll just have the delivery right here in the back. No one will even know. I'm like, I've been to clubs, dog. It stinks. I'll have 3 air fucking candle filters, bro. I'm like, whoa, dude, this is like
Risky.
this is risky, bro. He's like, nah, bro, trust me. We have the fucking all the patients, like the fucking.
He had the book.
He had the book of all the patients. I forgot what it's called.
The scripts. They had
The
the
scripts.
scripts.
They're in our co-op.
I have them all. They're in.
Yep.
The co-op. I'm like, fuck, bro. You got a good
Seems
lawyer,
legit.
right? Okay.
Yep.
I see game. It's time to run it up. I see money. All right. So we build out a fucking dude. I swear, bro. Delivery service, and I'm right here, all the way to like where Ashes, like
100
like
square feet.
small,
It
bro.
was tiny.
Yeah.
This fool had it in the back. Start bringing all the fucking weed in.
Delivery drivers in and
damn,
out
dude.
the back. But we had
This is crazy.
We had a good
And
spot
then-
for it.
But this dude already had a lot of clients, right? So he had this one Asian dude on a fucking motorcycle delivery guy. He had this other girl, fucking hippie girl driver. He had this other driver. Our back parking lot was always full and they're always moving out. I'm like, damn, dude. I start getting worried, like, fuck, I'm in here. Like, we had a good arrangement, and obviously I go in there, I check his weed, like, I can get this. So I always brought weed down. He'll buy it from me. Like that was the solid relationship, But then, but man, dude, sometimes, bro, the cannon will go out on one side. Our fucking, it was in a tourist area. Like you're down in the beach in San Diego, and random people all over the road coming through the front of the store. We had a nice shop, dude.
Yeah.
And sometimes the candle filters would go down, dude. The whole store smells, you know how it is, real quick.
Oh yeah.
So we would have to go like, bro, hey, dude, oh, we're trying to fix it right now, hey, just hold on. I'm like, fuck, Mondo, I gotta
Mondo
close the
stinks,
store.
dude.
Hey, close the store. Dude, we closed the store, fucking put the shutters up. Hey, someone go in the front and smoke a joint. Like, try to fucking
make it
pretend,
look off,
you know?
yeah.
We used to do it, like, that happened like 7, 8, 9, 10 times, bro. Like, it wasn't always, you know, his filter might not be working. He has to go get a new fucking coat or a new one. He had to change it out a lot, dude. And we would close the store up smelling like a fucking skunk. The neighbor next door, like, you guys are blazing, man. Like, fuck yeah, dog. Fire. This shit stinks, yo.
Yeah.
That was fucking funny, bro. Those were some good times, bro. We used to
Yeah, it
throw
was a good
big
time.
parties back there. Like,
Oh,
we'll bring
nice.
Fortunate Youth through the
Fuck
put on
yeah.
a show. We'll have a live band. We had a lot
Damn.
of, so we used to fucking, we used to do it up pretty good down there, bro. That shit was
San
fun.
Diego was a good time.
But it was always fucking.
was a nice
we were
store,
always
too.
just on edge
Nice.
with that delivery there, bro. But it moved. It moved units. So then, that's when my boy from Seattle came down, and I was telling him, I was like, "Check it out, dog. We got a delivery right here." And then he showed me. He goes, "Hey, check this out. I'm meeting with some partners down here, but check this out. Like, try this pen." You know, I was like, "Damn." Then I see the stuff that Homeboy's moving, his vape pens, and I was like, he moves a lot of vape pens, dude. But look, his oil's fucking brown, dog. Like, look at
Quality
their
was
shit. The
off.
quality was all off. This was like
Yeah.
Eureka Vapes, like these first brands that
Oh,
came
yeah.
out.
I remember, I know Eureka.
So yeah, so I would, but this was like long time ago, right? Obviously they
sure,
evolved.
for sure.
But I'm looking at him like, damn, this guy. Okay, my boy's talking to me about vapes. I'm already giving you flour. Another opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
So then we start talking. Then we're like, okay, you can get this. All right, we make a partnership. We do this and that. We buy the fucking big root science machine. We get it over to fucking our shop. Put it in the back corner. Boom, boom, run it up.
Yeah.
And then that's when Calibis Farms started.
Yeah.
When we wanted to bring vapes on the market. This was before regulations, you know?
Okay.
So we
So
concentrated on vapes.
What years was this? 2015-ish?
2016, 17.
16, 17? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we started playing with the idea with it in like late 2015, and then we started going at it in 2016 hard.
Nice.
Yeah, and then we ended up really doing well, like getting, I think we were up to like, 25, 30 clubs at the time.
But they were volume movers, bro.
Yeah, they were
You
all
know?
really good clubs. And 215 days, man, it was cash on demand. Everything was smooth and seamless. Yeah, and then 2018
Those were the good
hit,
days.
and rec hit, and we just, to be honest, we didn't have our ducks in a row, so we kind of thought there was going to be a grace period, but there wasn't. They really locked it down right when rec hit, so it pushed us out of the market. We landed a spot, but city of Sacramento was really tough to get through. To
Yeah.
get a BOP, and then we finally got licensed like 3 years later. So 2021, something like that, 2020, 21, we jumped back on the market, and yeah, we just been going since. Oh,
Nice, bro.
Yeah.
That's a nice run, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
How was that living in San Diego for those years? Just
was-
in general.
That shit was fun, bro.
Yeah.
it was,
It was too much. I still had a daughter at the time, so I used to go down in like 2-week increments, and then come
we would
back up to
flip-flop.
me and
Okay.
AJ flip flop, or we have our homeboy down there took care of the store.
He'll cover.
But you know, we always wanted to have boots on the ground, get the
course.
rotation of our product down there. You
Yeah.
know,
we
weed and t-shirts. You know, because the delivery, he always needed. What did you need? You know, I'm always trying to supply him instead of other people. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah.
So it was fun, bro.
we had a great community down there, dude.
Sounds like you guys had a fucking blast out
We had a
there,
blast.
bro.
It was like we got to experience that college party town weed life for good. We had that store for 2 years, like 2
No
years.
shit.
Yeah, for 2
Nice.
years it was dope. It was great in the summer. Everything was great. Spring, summer, fall, winter was dead.
Gotcha.
San Diego on that strip just goes.
Gotcha.
blank. It goes silent.
Yep.
So we, it was a little bit rough. I just had a kid. Moss had his kid, and we wanted to be closer all the time.
You know how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
we
for sure, bro.
And their lease went up, and it was a perfect time. Everything happens for a reason.
Of course.
And so it all lined up, and we're like, made it an easy decision. It's like, oh yeah, let's close this. It was done. We got a good following in San Diego, and we did what we wanted to, and we had a great time, the experience, the exposure, and it was time.
Yeah.
So
Tight.
we moved on.
Even during that time down there, we started our vape pen line already. So we were also watching the store, but also servicing other stores. We started getting into other dispensaries down there.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we had a good piece of a pie down in San Diego. You know what I'm saying? So we're always back and forth, and we had to bring product down, shirts down. You know, it was a good rotation, but it took a lot from us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's far as fuck. It's definitely its own economy.
It is.
And this shit, like,
It's chill down there, though.
It's
man.
so nice.
It's nice. It's a good time.
one of my favorite
We were just
cities.
having too much fun.
Me too.
Oh yeah, you
You know?
can get lost in the sauce down there easy.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure. That's exactly what I told you, Jan. Like, man, I'm a dad, bro. I can't be down here all the time like this, man. You know?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right when you pull up, you have fucking, yo, what's up, bro? Hey, we're going to the. We were on Garnett, like right across us were all the bars, bro.
Okay.
Like
And we have free
all
parking in the
bars,
back.
and we had the biggest parking lot on Garnett.
Big ass parking
Damn.
lot in the back. For I
For
don't
some
know what
reason, like this place that we chose had the big parking lot. People try to park there. Nah, we can't park here. We had a gate. We had to keep closing
Yeah.
because they think they can just pull in and park. But it was fucking dope.
But
bro.
it was a great
That's dope.
anchor spot for all of our friends there, because if they wanted to go to the beach, they would park there. If they wanted to go clubbing, they'd park there,
Yeah.
and they're good.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's what's
it
up.
was a nice little.
That is a cool chapter.
yeah.
It's a good time.
was
I
a
can see your
fucking-
faces when y'all reminisce on that. Y'all, it just looks like they had a good old days, man.
It was a good time. No, dude, that whole
Yeah.
sprint was a great time, dude. Even through the reggae industry, like we watched reggae grow like tenfold through like 10 years of going to those shows. Reggae was always like a little bit underground, you know?
No doubt.
But in those 10 years, like you started hearing Revolution on the radio, you started hearing people around us randomly like, you know, J-Bug or somebody
Yep.
that we like and know. We're like, oh shit, you like J-Bug? Oh shit.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
so we watched reggae grow too. That was amazing. That was a good chapter.
Yeah, from the East Coast, outside looking in, I was so amazed with the reggae culture out here because like I grew up on reggae music. Like I had a lot of Jamaican friends from New York, and they would put me on the shit, and then like I learned all the main dudes, and then I just took off into that world. And like I listened to a lot of gangster rap growing up when I had kids young, so I would put on reggae.
Yeah.
While they're in the car, because they would vibe to it. And you'd be surprised how many reggae songs my kids know, bro.
Hey,
Yeah.
bro.
A lot, bro.
Same
A lot.
here. This morning,
Yeah,
my son
it's
said,
chill.
"Dad, play Bob Marley." He's 4, bro. I'm
That's
like,
tight.
Three Little Birds,
Proud
and I'm
moment.
like, hell yeah, bro.
Proud moment,
all right,
man.
all right, you know.
Like The Streets Is Getting Hot by Richie Spice. My kids sing that song front to back. Like these are the songs that were kind of happening when they was coming up.
There's a lot of Jamaicans over where you're at, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah, in New York, a whole group of them, Allentown, PA, I was chilling with, Jersey. But yeah, heavy in Brooklyn. A lot of Jamaicans in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? It's your boy JP, Good Pizza. Just taking a quick second to shout out my sponsors over at Grove Bags. Listen, it's an exclusive proprietary bag, and here's why we love them. Let's talk terpene preservation. This is the best environment for storing your cannabis. It keeps your cannabis at 58 to 62% humidity at all times. It's like your cannabis is living in San Diego year-round with the best weather. Terpene and flavor longevity. That's important. It inhibits microbial growth. No mold, Kujin. Let's talk light protection. UV rays and good pizza don't mix. It also increases shelf life. Guys, if you have your flower in a dispensary, please use Grove Bags. We all know that stuff sits sometimes. This is gonna be your saving grace for flower that sits on that shelf longer than it should. Don't mess around with the pizza. Use promo code GOODPIZZA with 3 Z's. Tell them Good Pizza sent you. We'll see y'all back on the show. But yeah, man,
It's that culture, man.
yeah, I was always impressed on how much reggae influence was out here, bro. Like way more. You guys have way more concerts out here than out east, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got like a
definitely.
whole circuit. I've noticed that there's tours and these
For
events
sure.
that go on annually.
Yeah,
They're
bro.
starting
Yeah.
to beef up over there. I think there was Reggae Rise Up. I think they went to Florida.
Okay,
there's a couple.
Florida, no doubt.
Florida, yes.
That's its own little country.
Yeah.
Right.
Florida's like, Florida's like, there's the United States and there's Florida.
Yes, sir.
You know, that's a special place. I love Florida.
Well,
Yeah.
we also brought reggae back to Guam too. We used to
Tight.
do we did a couple runs of
3 years in a row.
concerts. 3 years in a row.
Nice.
That was something else. That was a
Damn.
crazy other chapter, bro.
Speaking of Guam chapter, I want to touch on that. Like, you guys were born there, right?
Yeah.
Tell me
born
about
and
the
raised.
beginning days, man, of Guam. You know what I mean?
You want to go?
Where do we start, bro?
Hey, wherever sounds good to you
Like,
guys.
Well, let
Give us an
let me
outlook
give
on the
you
culture.
let me give you an idea. Man, we come from fucking paradise.
Okay.
Like our where we live is Windward Hills. It's the southern part of Guam, and it's a little community, a little village that you know we grew up with everybody around there.
Yeah.
Grew up across the street from a store, and we had like the best childhood growing up there,
Cool.
bro. The beach was 1.5 miles away. It's just we grew up the culture and everything's still very strong.
Guam's really like community based, right?
Yeah,
Like we all
okay.
have each other's back. Like
No doubt.
you go to any neighbor's house, like first thing their grandma asks you is, "Boy, you hungry?"
Yeah. Come eat,
No.
come eat.
Are you sure? Get over here. Like they're trying to take care of you, you know.
Yeah.
Can't say no.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
that's how we were raised, and Guam really has like it's a strong culture over there. Like anyone that
Hospitality.
visits, you can feel that hospitality.
That's dope.
crazy.
Love
You know,
places like that, man.
When we take our friends back there, we love to let them feel that, you know.
That's
Yeah.
tight, dude.
But yeah, man, we were born and raised in Guam. We have a fucking massive family in Guam.
Yeah.
Like we just had a family reunion just on my dad's side.
Yeah.
There's
108.
108 on
Yeah.
that side, just
That's
immediate.
tight.
You know?
Immediate. It's my
Immediate.
dad's
Immediate,
brothers
just-
and sisters.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
How many
we-
siblings did he have?
10.
And you guys are 5 deep.
We're
So you just
5.
got the
We're
new
5
generation
deep.
going.
My mom had, I think she's 8.
My mom has
damn.
8 siblings.
Yeah. So.
Oh, that's wild. You got hella
really-
cousins.
We have
Yeah.
we have cousins. that
Cousins on cousins.
Cousins on cousins. We have first cousins and second cousins.
And
No
third
doubt.
cousins.
And our second cousins are like our first cousins. How you
How
know,
close you are,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we have a big ass family there, and it's just solid to know that we have that kind of support.
Yeah, man.
No matter what, wherever we fall, that support's there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's tight, bro.
But Guam was wild growing up, bro. We were naughty fucking kids, bro.
Yeah.
We used to steal my dad's weed off his tree all the time.
We were.
I used to swap. When I was like 4th grade, I used to pick buds off the tree, and I didn't know this because joints were $20. Fucking Uncle John across the street, bro, he was ripping me off, dog. I used to bring him a styrofoam cup full of weed, or sometimes I put it in my underwear, my Ninja Turtle underwears, bro. I remember this shit. I'll go there and be like, "Hey, Uncle John."
Swap some weed.
We just call him Uncle John. He's the neighborhood guy. He's the
Yeah.
neighborhood store guy. I'll pull it out of my underwear, put it on the table. Oh boy, wait. Pick any
Put that
candy
shit
you
away.
want, boy.
Go ahead.
We used to go get candy. But after a while, I start thinking, by the time I was like 5th, 6th grade, I was selling weed, bro. I was rolling joints at the bus stop, servicing a lot of people, bro. You know? But I knew from there, I was like, damn, Uncle John been ripping me the fuck off, bro. One of those little buds could have been $20. I didn't even get $20 worth of fucking candy.
Yeah.
You know
You
what I'm
start
saying?
talking that math, bro. Uncle
Yeah.
John doing
Yeah,
me dirty,
dude.
bro.
But
But
he
we-
was just taking what you're giving him, dude.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's not
Me and
all-
AJ are the youngest, so we always
Okay.
were really influenced young. You know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
our
yeah, that's the
older
thing.
brothers, they were growing
Yeah.
weed, they're selling weed,
Weed was
So-
a big part of our culture, our lifestyle.
for
I
some
see.
reason
For a
it was a
long
big
time.
part of our family.
Yeah.
We were always looked down, you know, like our aunties and stuff, you know, we all go to church, we're all religious, we're all Catholic, bro.
Same,
They used to look down at stereotype us,
Yeah.
those naughty kids, you know what I'm saying? Like, we were naughty, bro. We were the kids throwing lemons at cars. We were the kids hitting
Moaning.
golf balls to the fucking
Egging
store.
cars, moving people.
We were just
we were wild.
we're wild, bro. But we had good times. We were at the cockfights. We raised our own chickens.
Nice.
Like Guam was fun, bro. We used to go spearfishing since we're little, bro.
that's tight.
Like
Night
my uncle
fishing,
used to
night
take us on the
spearfishing.
reef.
Yeah, boats.
Since I was like 5th, 6th grade.
Trawling.
Jump in at night, fucking flashlight, Hawaiian sling. I couldn't use the spear gun just yet. Hawaiian sling. We was looking for fish. Boom. You know what I
Wow.
mean?
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
So we had a good upbringing out there,
Super awesome. dude.
but also
Fuck.
with a lot of, you know, I smoked cigarettes since. I couldn't tell
Yeah.
you when I first started smoking cigarettes. Like in Guam, you can buy it when you're young. You know,
Oh,
like
no shit.
it wasn't really. I used to smoke cigarettes since I was like 6th grade, like
Whoa.
pack in the front. You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
Like, yo, uncle, my uncle, I need a pack of Marlboro Lights for my uncle. Uncle, he smokes cools. Oh no, he has a friend there. I was good, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Oh, you know. Oh, my dad needs a cool mild, whatever, bro. You know, like
Yeah.
that's how it was. So we used to smoke weed, cigarettes. We had our own camp in the jungles. So we had our own
Nice.
our own weed, our own we had everything, bro. It was fucking pretty sick,
Damn.
bro.
It wasn't
It sounds like
condoned by our
awesome.
parents at all. Like we got in trouble a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just we were just persistent with fucking.
We drove my
shit
mom
up.
crazy,
We
bro.
I'm sure.
just
I'm
kept
sure.
doing it.
Like she couldn't
It was 5
stop
years,
us.
man. That's like a pack of wolves.
It was.
You know?
And not only that, we had the neighborhood kids with us too.
Yeah,
so
that's
it was
just,
like
yeah, no doubt.
a growing pack of wolves.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
We had nonstop fun. That place, you never get bored. There's always something to do. Always,
That's great.
dude.
And it's
Yeah.
a pretty small island, no?
It's a small island.
It's a
bro.
small
far
island,
back
but
and forth,
it's
like, how-
huge when you're on there, bro. Like,
Yeah, no doubt. Especially when you're little.
Us from the
Yeah.
south, even till this day, like we go back often. We go back at least once every other year or once every 2 to 3 years. Like we
Yeah.
go back and we go stay for a while. But I lived in the south, and not till I was an adult. Like, have I ever gone really to the north that many
Okay.
times? Like Jigo and Delito, like I don't
We
know
only
my
went
way
up there
around
for like
there.
the mall
So-
or something, you know?
No doubt.
It's not that small. Like you get lost there easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Very easy.
But it's small.
But it's small in the
Small.
grand scheme of things.
There's like 180,000 people. The military's building up there. They're adding like 30,000.
They're
people or
coming
something
heavy
like
right now,
that.
bro.
So,
Wow.
it's gonna be like over 200K people there at
Wow.
some point, and the infrastructure they're all building up right now. Okinawa's kicking out the Marines to Guam, so
No
yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
Yep, there's
Wow.
a lot of stuff happening there. So it's very active.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for me, the only people I would meet from Guam was just like some of my homies that their parents were in the military. They'd stayed there for a couple
Yeah.
of years.
A lot of military.
You know, always had cool things to say, but I've never met somebody from there until I met you guys and Nosh. I think there's somebody
Yeah.
else I'm thinking of. Somebody else, too.
Mike Raw.
Like Mike.
Like Mike.
Like Mike, there you go.
Chamal too.
Yep.
Yeah, we're getting out
That's
there, dude.
cool.
There's a lot of Chamals coming up right now, and yeah, people seem to come, vibe with
Yeah.
us. So
Yeah.
If you ever been to one of our parties, you always remember that it was a Guam party because
Yeah.
just the hospitality. It's still
And our
it's still like that in our culture of who we are. We like to feed people. We like to make people comfortable if they come to our house. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
sure.
We like to break bread with people. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
I dig that.
that's that's why recently we've been doing a lot of barbecues at the clubs just for the bud tenders and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
we bring our barbecue, our Guam style shit.
Nice,
They
man.
just freak out
Yeah.
like, what's that? What's this? What's this red rice? Like, try it, bro. Well, I'll explain that.
And they fuck with it,
They
right?
come back, bro. They're like,
Yeah.
yo,
Yeah.
Doug, what? This is some fire, bro. You're like, yeah.
our family can cook.
Nice. bro.
Like our family can cook, bro. So me and Moss, we do the little like a mini fiesta spread. But man, when there's a party, it can
Yeah,
get.
my
it can
mom's
get
always been
heavy.
a very known cook on Guam.
Yeah.
So
big
she
time.
also had a bakery.
Oh,
Right,
let's
so
go.
she also had a bakery. This is also part of our upbringing, bro. And when we were little kids
Yeah.
in Guam, we used to hustle baked goods,
Yeah.
carry them around, go to Department of Education, go to all the government buildings. We hated it, bro.
Yeah.
But we always had every Tuesday night.
Every Wednesday. Oh, Tuesday.
No, every Tuesday night was
We're
cleaning
on.
the bakery. Every Wednesday was helping my parents prepare all the baked goods because we had the night market. But then also they always made extra. Then we had the next 2 days.
We'd sell. On summer?
Me, AJ, and my other brother had to go around and sell whole tubs and go through all these buildings. And they used to make good money, bro. That's how.
Yeah,
that's how
they did, dude.
Now that we think about it, we're
Yeah.
like, fuck. But I mean, it was constant, bro. We had no choice, you know.
Sure.
Yeah.
We weren't well off. There's 5 kids,
Yeah.
a lot of
Hustling,
fucking
man.
mouths, bro.
Yeah.
So we did that for a long time, dude. And
Boys, grown boys eat a lot.
Yeah,
they do.
bro.
And
You
their
know?
friends.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents never complained about feeding any. You don't do that on Guam. You don't
I love that
complain about
lifestyle,
feeding
man.
anybody. You know,
Yeah.
you
Just
feed
feed 'em.
them. So yeah, dude. We always been around food. My mom cooks fucking good food, so we all pick that up in a way. You know, like
Yeah.
I know how to cook some baked goods that she has passed on culturally. AJ, he has his. We like when you come to our party, it's like who's cooking what. It's like who does which one the best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, dog, he's trying to come with
Don't come to the
I
table.
tried that shit. It's a little salty, bro. Hey, we'll make him do that. You know, like
Don't come to the table rough draft. That's all I gotta say. You gotta practice that
When you-
motherfucker
yeah.
a few times
Yeah.
before you bring
that's
it.
part of the Guam
Hell yeah.
culture. Is when you throw a party, not just the host is feeding everyone. You'll get teased if you're not bringing something to the table.
Okay.
You bring something to the table always, bro. Like when we have fiestas in Guam, every family's good at something, and they bring something to the table. That's why it's
They're
fucking long.
best.
You know, you're
Nice.
like, yes, Auntie made that. Yep, Auntie made her famous fucking.
You know what you're
whatever,
going
you know
for.
what I mean? Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So we try to
dig
bring that kind of culture in to the best of what we could, how we could to the clubs by doing barbecue, you know, just giving them a taste, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but also
that's
just
huge.
breaking bread and feeding them, you know what I mean? Like that's how a lot of business really should be done still, bro. Like
Yeah.
you break bread with someone, you know what I'm saying?
Don't just drop off samples and
Yeah.
high five them. Just
Yeah.
go feed them. That's
Yeah.
that's what makes it long. You
Yeah.
fill somebody's belly, you know, some good food.
Yeah.
They're gonna remember that.
Yeah.
A lot
You
of
know?
them don't know that we own the brand, you know, until they come out and they talk to us and like, oh shit, you guys are the owner. We're like, yeah, bro. Give us a reason to barbecue, brother.
We're here
Oh, yeah.
to feed you,
We're here to
dog.
feed you, dog.
When's the next barbecue? I can just fucking run down on,
Dude,
bro.
we're actually
'Cause I'm
doing a really
I'm
big
very
one.
interested.
We're doing a big one in May 2nd for
Okay,
May 2nd,
yep.
May 3rd, May 2nd, right?
May 2nd at the Sanctuary.
It's Saturday.
It's a
We're gonna
Saturday,
take
right?
over.
It's
Friday.
a Friday.
It's a Friday. Nice.
Friday.
1 to
Nice.
6 p.m.
Yep. Yeah.
I know I'm eating lunch.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'ma slide through.
Come
I'ma
through.
slide
We'll
through.
be, and our table is going to be a little bit bigger because it's a takeover.
Tight.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a lot to eat.
We
And
actually got a partner coming out. He's gonna come out and help us, and he's a cook in Guam too, and he was like our foster brother. So he went off and started restaurants, and then this is how also how Calibis Farm came about too, right? So he started a chain of restaurants, but he used to be out here with us, and he moved back to Guam, started a chain of restaurants. But he started first with Mendocino Farms in LA, the first Mendocino Farms.
Wow.
So he ran everything, bro. That's where we first knew about Mendocino Farms, right? He made the menus, he was helping them, this and that, and then he told them, I'm leaving, I'm going back to Guam to start my own. So he went back to Guam, started his own restaurant, got really popular, bro. He sold it
killed it.
off, and then he started a couple other businesses. But when he sold it off, he came out to me and AJ. He's like, "What's up, boys? Hey, let's fucking." Because he's always been a blazer. He lived with us
heavy
before in
smoker.
Arizona, everywhere, and we used to push weed. So he comes out, he's like, "Let's do something big, though, dog. Like." I'm ready, dog. I got funds. I'll help us out. What do we need to get? So then that's how we started. That's how the whole partnership started, and then we got the better stuff of how to streamline our carts or whatever. You know what I mean? It helped us amplify, back stock, everything like that. Instead of here and there's. So
Yeah, that's our.
that's
third.
where to start. So Lenny, shout out to
partner?
Lenny.
Shout out to Lenny.
He's our
That's
partner.
third.
So.
Lenny and Pika. She
We've been
does
together
well.
since like back in Guam, bro. Like he was always at the house. He knew our family. Then he moved with us to the States. When we moved out, when my dad got sick, we moved out to the States out here. And Len was actually one of the good friends who moved over with us.
Oh,
you know?
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he started cooking with my mom. We opened up a truck stop in Arizona.
Restaurant
At
a truck stop.
restaurant. Damn, bro, we got so many hustle
Oh
stories.
shit,
bro.
man. Yo, I'm loving this. I didn't see any of this coming,
I was a
bro.
waiter at like 7th grade, 8th grade. Dude, I was getting
Okay.
tips, bro. It was dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
we did that too. for a year.
Nice. What part of Arizona? What truck stop?
Yuma.
Arizona? Oh, Yuma. Okay, so Yuma's been popping for you guys.
truck stop, dog.
Tight, bro.
That's where AJ got his first pair of titties in his face.
Hey,
No, I'm just
Whoa.
don't worry about those stories.
At the truck stop or in Yuma in
Cut
general?
that shit out.
just fucking,
Oh, okay.
Damn.
you know, there's a lot of
I was
link.
not.
I can tell by
Hey,
your reaction he was not.
We swapped the mill for one of these lot lizards. They
Hey,
caught him,
dog,
right?
Oh.
Just to give him a little
How you
a
doing?
flippy, you know?
Bro, I
and AJ's
was
like, you know?
7th grade,
Whoa.
and she was
Showed you the hot beat.
she just came out. She just came out the damn shower too, guys. So which wasn't gross.
Yeah, the
or
truck stop
anything.
had this.
It's all good, man.
She was very pretty too.
Comes
If
a day in a
that-
man's look.
if that helps.
Comes a day in a man's life when he sees his first rap. You know what I'm saying?
It
That was your
it-
time.
It really
was
was
your time, kid.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, let me fucking.
It's a beautiful
I don't
thing.
like that story out in the public though.
Nah, it's good pizza, man.
All right, we'll
Hey,
let
bro,
it go.
you can make you make a lot of mistakes when you're young, bro.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, like
That wasn't that bad. We've had some wild stories on here. That was
Hey,
pretty.
Moss,
pretty
remember
cool.
that one? Nah,
Well, now you throw your brother on the bus. What do you got?
Nah, I don't do-
fuck
hey,
with you.
dog. I won't lie. I used to go to strip joints when I was like 6th grade in Guam, bro. They're everywhere, bro. I had a goatee. My brothers and his friends used to bring me in, like, "Hey, mama, son, he's 18." I said, oh, "Okay."
Yeah.
I'll sit at the fucking bar, like, whoa.
Whoa, bro.
He didn't look 18.
No doubt.
He looked borderline.
Borderline.
We'll let him
I had
go.
a few sprouts
We'll
in
let him
6th
go.
grade, bro.
Has he got money?
I remember that day. That day was fucking changed my life.
That's great, bro.
Yeah, a lot of
Let's
bad
fuck around.
influences.
Oh, bro.
But in a good way.
It's part
Like,
of growing up, bro.
I mean, just imagine that was back then, and we haven't been in a strip club in like fucking ever. We don't even
Strip
go,
clubs
you know what I mean? Yeah, they do.
Maybe.
So it's like
I'm just playing.
experience
What you
that
gonna
when you're young, and when you're older, that's just nothing.
Yeah, man.
I love just staying home. Staying home is
yeah, things
fun.
change, bro.
Yeah.
Things change.
Fuck
This
yeah.
guy's still trying to defend his fucking swap for a meal.
No, I'm not. Is what it is.
I'm just playing. But yeah, dude, yeah, we had a truck stop down there, dude, and we used to fucking, bro,
It's a
we
good
had to
time.
mop it every night. Like, that's where, like, my parents and, like, you know, having to feed us and, like, how big our crew always was, like, we had to hustle for that shit, bro, you know? And then that's when I started thinking, like, yeah, man, how much we smoke weed, we spend a lot of money on our weed, like, you know, that's when you start thinking, like, we can make me
Let's
money.
flip it.
I mean,
Yep.
first, when you first start doing it, you're like, at least I don't have to spend money on it. And then you get into it. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? So,
I was just talking about this on a podcast with Jada and Styles. Like we were like, you know, a lot of hustlers trick themselves into selling weed. It starts as, oh, I just pay for what I smoke. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? This is cool. And then like you have them couple flips like this came back quick. I'm like, damn.
I got a whole
should-
eighth for
Let
free.
me keep doing that. Let's see where this goes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
no, for sure, dude. That's how it starts, bro. You know? Then you want to grow it.
Then you want to grow it.
Yep.
Then we
Spend a ton of money.
we've done it many times, bro. But then we started realizing that we're a lot better at selling it.
Oh yeah.
No, but we're also
I had
really
that
good.
Too
realization.
busy.
Yeah, we're good branders. We're
Yeah.
good at branding. We're good at clothing. We're good at marketing, and leave the growing, the proper growing to the proper growers.
To our
Yeah.
You know what I
homies.
mean? Because they got to do that, and we're here to support them on looking good and things like that. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that lesson I learned when I moved to California in 2017. I thought this was the next step in my evolution of selling weed. I was like, well, I got to grow the weed now
Yeah.
in California. So what did I do? I got a crib in Oakland with my cousin, and we blew the shit out, and fucking, it was a disaster, bro. It was like we had 1-2 runs.
did you at least get the first run?
First run was
luck?
great.
It was great, right?
Great.
We all get that
Fire.
first
Blue cookies.
great
Blue cookies
run.
was fire.
Damn.
The second run,
Nah, PM'd
better.
out.
Yeah.
We had the second room
Mites.
cracked and PM'd out, mites. Yeah,
Yeah.
PM and mites, bro.
Yep.
We couldn't control the temperatures in there. It just wasn't happening, bro. And then eventually it fucked up.
Eventually.
Fucked our relationship up for a while. It's fucked up.
we
bro.
can't do this again.
Hey, but back in
Yeah,
the day, you still
yeah.
could sell it, dude. Just saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I realized, I'm like, yo, what are you doing, bro? You've been selling weed for 20 years. Why are you doing this?
Yeah,
Stick
your
to what you're good
efforts
at.
were
And then
put-
then I realized, like, oh, this guy's been doing this for 20 years. I've been doing this for 20 years. Let me stay in the fucking my lane.
Yes, sir.
Because I done fucked up all my money at this point. All the money I came here with went into that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
my family's dependent on me. I moved out here with my wife and 2 kids. You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm like, ooh, let me switch gears real quick, and then got my bag back up, and you know, the rest is history. You know.
When did you move out here with your wife and kids?
2017.
2000. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The end of Prop 215. So I got a little taste of that.
Yeah.
I set up a Prop 215 delivery service, got the
Yeah.
scripts, you know, you got the book.
In Oakland.
No,
it
in
was in
Sac.
Sac.
Sac. My cousin was rocking Oakland. I was out here. My other cousin was in like Limerick, Tri-Valley.
Nice.
So it was called Daily Dose Deliveries, you know what I mean? Shout out.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was dope, bro. It was my first entry into the legal market, which was
Yeah.
so great back then. It was so
Yes.
fucking good, bro.
It was.
It was so fucking
yeah.
even and
It was
fair.
crazy, bro. Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
good times, man.
I think the only good that came out of the regs is just, you know, maybe testing the weed and the pesticides and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
I
But
mean,
even that's all over the
I
place.
honestly,
right now.
like, we probably smoked so much weed with mold in it, so much shit with fucking.
I know for a fact that I did, bro.
mold.
Like,
mites,
back in the
didn't
day, we
matter,
used to
butt
get
rot.
fucking honey oil. The first time I seen extracted, like, cannabis, right? Came from
Yeah.
Humboldt. I used to bring it down. Or my boy, so every time we would fucking put it on the weed, you light it up, it's just like pack, 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 you know, just, you know, there's still fucking butane in that
Yeah,
shit,
Oh
bro.
yeah,
yeah, fire.
It got
crackers
as
all
high
day.
as
Yeah.
fuck though, bro.
It
I'll
would
tell you
pop.
that. But
Lit. We'd put it on the ball for the bong, dude, and we'd hit it. It would just be sparkling like crazy. But we'd be so high, we'd go at it again.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, that was the first part of all the dabs. Like when we were going to shows, we watched like the first guy we saw smoking wax was in a meth fucking pipe. Because
Oh,
it's
yeah.
oil, you know what I mean? So he was burning it in the smoking section at HempCon in San Jose. And everybody's like, hey, man, don't be smoking that around. He's like, hey, man, this is earwax. This is concentrated cannabis. And from there, they gave us a sample. Then I got my first rig. Then somebody was making it. And then our boy started making shatter and then batter. And then it all just started going from there.
Yep.
But those early days, bro, that shit was not purged correctly. That
No,
shit
fuck
was,
no,
it
dude.
was bad.
You taste it. I remember the taste, bro.
Yeah, on titanium nails, dude. I
Oh,
used to love that.
glowies.
Dude, I'd make it glow. Oh man,
Chloe's,
we were
bro. That
all
was like
in.
how you did it. You
We
know
were
what I'm
all
saying?
in, dude. Yeah, dabbing
Yeah.
was a thing, and then I took a break from dabbing for a long time because it just wore on the lungs for a
It did.
while.
Yeah, you're
then,
taking red hots, bro.
Yeah, exactly. But then I got into it just recently, like the last like 8 months, bro. Once I tried hash rosin correctly,
Yeah, at a good temp.
in a good temp with
Yeah.
a great fucking rig
Fire.
with the pearls and all that, dude. My boy Canna Carlos, shout out, bro. Like he lined it up so fucking perfect.
Yeah,
And
that's
I-
another special day in a
dude.
weed smoker's life.
made me feel fucking like I'm missing out.
Yeah.
The same day I went and got my fucking nice rig. I got a fucking nice nail. I got all of that.
Yep.
Dude, and I just been Go been supplying me since. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So it's been fire, dude. Hash rosin is the new way, dude. For
Yeah,
sure.
for sure.
It's expensive, but
It
it's
is.
good.
It is.
clean.
So,
But it's
It's
clean
good.
as fuck. Nice.
Yeah.
How old were you guys when you moved here?
so I moved out in 7th grade we went to Arizona for a year. Then we came up here. We came up here in 2000. In the year
Okay.
2000.
I
I
was
was like 13,
All right.
No, you're about to be.
12, or 13.
I was about to be 16. I was 15, about to be
Okay.
16. So
So-
you're around 14.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
We moved to
Just-
AZ.
Yeah.
Tight.
For 1 year.
Tight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in high school still. I graduated
Yeah.
01. So you guys moved out here when I was in high school. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
So we've been out here for
And then
a
you
while,
just came
man.
to SAC?
We went to Citrus Heights.
Citrus Heights.
We went to San Juan
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know where that is, yeah.
High. Yep.
Yeah.
And then we went to. I
Tight.
went to Sierra College and ARC.
Okay.
And then we started the business.
Nice, bro.
So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Nice.
fucking. I would say we were born and raised on Guam, but we grew up in in Sacramento. We grew
Yeah.
up in Cali.
Nice.
For sure.
But we
Nice.
went back to Guam a lot.
Yeah.
That's dope. You guys stay in touch with your roots.
We had one of this, our auntie, she was so nice, bro. She used to bring us back every summer.
That's so
But
dope,
we
bro.
had to work.
Yeah.
So we had to
Oh,
work at the
shit.
fucking grocery store bagging fucking. That was her
Groceries,
only rule. We're
stocking.
No free lunch around here,
like,
boys.
okay, yep, no free lunch.
Hey, small price to pay for paradise.
She would take our check and she would pay herself back for the ticket, but then
that's cool.
give us like half of it.
That's- hey, that's sweet, man.
It didn't really pay back
So-
the ticket. She
No,
was
it
just
didn't.
teaching us a lesson.
Fucking
Yo,
didn't.
that's cool, man.
It's
but-
expensive to go to Guam, bro.
Yeah.
How much are tickets, man?
2K.
Holy shit.
And that
2K.
ranges. You can go down
Whoa.
sometimes 16, 18 or up to like
Average, like
24,
2K.
26.
What's fucked up
average too.
is United Airlines has this kind of monopoly with Guam, right?
Yeah.
Like only their flights can
Go to
go
Guam.
there.
Only United, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this other
Damn.
Fly Guam try to come in. If I believe if that's right, they try to come in and bring like the Asian Airlines, which fucking significantly cheaper.
Okay.
So then they kind of pressed on them, and they ended up collapsing and falling out, you know. But but while Fly Guam was there, all the tickets were like way cheaper from United too, you know. They had to fucking
They had to compete.
comp with them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now it's just United, and they overcharge fucking people trying to go back to visit Guam
crazy.
or whatever, bro. It's so expensive, dude. Like,
How long of a flight we talking from here?
so you got like 7 hours to Hawaii.
No, 5 from Sac to San Fran. San Fran to Hawaii is 5 hours. Hawaii to Guam is 7 hours.
Yeah.
Or you can
Holy
go
shit.
the other route is from San Fran to Japan, which is 11 hours, and then Japan to Guam
3
is
hours
3
to Guam.
hours.
Yeah. That's the flight I like to
Damn.
take.
Yeah. And there's some layover time. It's like a 24-hour travel.
It's
It's
No way
tax-
around
it's
it.
taxing
Hey, it's not
for
that
sure.
bad if you just pop a couple edibles, dog.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know
Hey,
the
you wake
formula.
up there
Dude.
like, oh, we're here, dog.
That is the trick nowadays.
Oh, yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I was sleeping on that move for a long time because
So was
I
I.
have a bad like history with edibles, so I stayed away from it for
Yeah.
a long time. Again, back in the undosed correct.
Yeah,
days,
the home brews,
dude,
bro. They
back
used to
in the
fuck you up.
Dude,
Who knows what
no,
you're taking?
even at the hemp cons and shit, they'll go around with like the strongest fucking edibles
Yeah.
possible, and I just had a bad, so I stopped.
Yeah, it takes one
But
time.
then these guys gave me some on like one of the last couple trips, like a few years ago, and I was like, I was passed out, fucking slept right when we took off, woke up right when we got there. I was like, damn, that was 7 hours strong, dog. So yeah,
Oh,
that's
just drooling on your
Dude,
shoulder, just
don't even
out,
care,
bro.
dude.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
That's
Nah,
the trick,
bro.
dude.
it is.
That's the way
It
to go.
is. So what's next for the Calabus crew, man? What's on the horizon? What's next 5 years look like, fellas?
Shit, bro. We're pushing heavy right now on our cannabis scene right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
We got these new cold terps dropping. So we already have. So when we first started in the market, we needed to come out with what we're good at already, right? Was blending botanical terps with distillate. Nothing spectacular.
Sure.
You know what I mean? But
Quality though.
fucking highly fucking wanted on the in the market in the
Yeah.
industry, bro. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
they sell. A lot of people want the fruit flavor. You know what I mean?
They do.
So we were already good at that since before we had all our right connections and the scientists that helped us before regulation. So we're one of the ones that fucking jump out of the gate with that. So we started with that. We have our naturals, that is natural cannabis terps with distillate, and then now we're moving into these new cold terps that are extracted differently. But we're starting with cured resin.
Okay.
But it's some fire, bro.
Yeah.
Nice.
These are gonna hit the market next
Yeah.
week, and we're gonna try to release it. If all testing and everything clears, we're gonna release it at our sanctuary takeover.
Nice.
Yep.
So, yep.
Very cool.
So we're releasing the cold terps, and we're just, with Calibis Farms, man, we're lucky we stayed patient with it.
And small.
A lot of our friends, a lot of brands, farmers that we know, like a lot of them are closing, bro. A lot of them have.
They
Like,
went big.
Yeah.
there's
a lot
some
of people
crazy
went
number, like
big.
200 weed brands closed just in 2025 or something like that, bro.
Damn.
First quarter.
First quarter of
First quarter.
2025, bro.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
this.
It's a bloodbath out there right
It is.
now.
No, it
bro.
is. It's rough,
And-
bro.
And it sucks. Like a lot of people really went for the biggest possible lease they can get and the biggest possible licenses they can get. And as the market kind of corrected itself, like their mistakes were $1 million mistakes. Like
Yeah.
what we were lucky at were being small and doing this mom and pop and just our mistakes weren't as costly.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So
Same.
so that
But still, at the same time, it's costly. So you imagine those bigger companies, like you know,
we're
it-
fixing
it was
our
bad.
systems.
It's all relevant.
You know, we're
Yeah.
fixing our systems at the ground level and making sure our foundation is
It's
right.
set, yeah.
And it's working and everything's starting to fucking move along. So we're really happy and we're really blessed, honestly.
Yeah,
Right,
we're
bro.
blessed with
Good.
all of our supporters out there, especially a lot of the buyers, the clubs, like how they fuck with us. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Shout out to them, man.
Yeah.
You know?
No doubt. How many
Yeah.
clubs you guys in?
We're I think 15 storefronts and I think 4 deliveries.
Solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid.
So
Yeah.
You don't need 100, 200, bro.
No,
It gets
bro.
to be a lot to
You
service, and it'll spread you thin real quick.
yeah,
It will.
It's just some
We
good
were in
ones.
LA. We were in San Diego.
Yeah.
It became a headache for us.
not a headache, just
not
difficult.
a headache. It just became difficult.
Yeah,
it became
it
difficult
is.
to service. It pulled us away from things that we should have been focusing on. So now we backed up, set our foundation, set all the processes, gather all our data, strategically start to move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the way to start, because I mean, there's always people that come, oh, I can do this for you. I can help you with this, and like that right person will come at the right time, not being trying to force it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like to hold a territory or hold a area. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we had dispensary. We had a few down in SoCal, and we noticed that the dispensaries up here that we're able to service and go in and talk to and really connect with the bud tenders and things like that, they were doing great. The ones down there, I wasn't able to walk in. We weren't able to barbecue for them or do anything for them special. You know what I mean? Just demos or ghost demos.
Yeah.
And if you're that disconnected and you don't have that unlimited marketing budget to make yourself look big in their, ecosystem, then they don't really push you,
Yep.
So we just kind of like that's a lot of work going that way for not that much coming back.
Yeah.
So we pulled back and we're focusing on our Northern California area, like where
Cool.
we're from and where we're about.
Good, man.
And we're able to really like go and barbecue for the bud tenders, drop
Just
in.
more so nurture
Just-
them.
just-
You know what I mean? And that's really important in this.
Yeah.
It
Instead
is.
of
Industry.
more clubs, we decided to really nurture the current ones we were
Sure.
in.
That
you
are
know?
COD as well. We dropped
Yeah.
a lot of
Nice.
net clubs. They're
It got rough there.
at
It
the
did.
same
It
time.
did. Yeah.
It got
A lot of
rough for
clubs owe
them
us
as
money.
well. So we understand that, but it's like we couldn't be having you hold our money for a long time.
Oh, it's terrible.
So we had to start dropping other clubs that were taking a while.
It really isn't about how many clubs you're in; it's how many quality clubs are you
Yeah.
in.
How much
many
volume can you
clubs
do
that
through
are
those clubs
paying
and sell through?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and sell through.
Sell through is the biggest thing.
And don't they require things from us, but they're not requiring like the 10% marketing fee or like the extra
Yeah.
or the shelf space cost.
Some of
and
them
things
have
like that.
crazy
So
fucking.
it's like, whoa,
Oh yeah.
how are we supposed to?
I've
live
been in some
around
clubs like, bro, I was like, listen, this is gonna be our last delivery. Bro. I don't know how this works with other
we
brands,
need
bro.
10% from marketing.
crazy.
We need this. We need like, damn, bro.
People do that.
Okay.
You're like,
Yeah,
damn.
it's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it
bro.
is crazy.
So honestly, just in this industry,
Nice.
bro, it's more of like you find it almost is like a relationship. You find the vibe of
Yep.
who you fuck with and work that relationship from there. You like
Absolutely.
them, they have the right vibe. Like that's kind of the path that we've been on right now, and using it as a tool to learn, to grow. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Nice.
So we are steadily growing, bro, and that's a great thing to be in this industry and be
growing.
be growing, bro.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good for you guys,
so
man.
that's where we're at right now, man.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love to see the growth. I like the story, man. Still, bro.
Crazy fucking
Yeah,
story, bro.
that's wild, man.
We did a
That's
lot,
that's
man.
very
We-
cool.
The saga continues.
Absolutely, and it will.
We still got a lot of life, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
We're young men.
We're young
We still
men,
got some
but
fight in us.
goddamn, dude, I feel
Came
a
a long
lot
way.
more comfortable in my skin now.
Good.
Like maturing at this level. Like I'm 37.
Yeah.
No, I'm 38 now. So just I like where we are right now.
Good.
I think we're confident in where we are right
Good.
now. So
Good place to be.
yeah,
Yeah.
headspace for sure.
Now, gentlemen, we're going to play a little game called Fuck One, Marry One, Kill One. Okay, but this is not about women. This is about weed strains, okay? This is similar to the top 3 strains of all time we used to do. So the Fuck One is the best weed you ever smoked. Okay, it was the unicorn. She almost got away. You can't even believe it, bro. Like, it went down, though. The married one is your everyday smoker. It's kind of like your desert island strain. What could you smoke for the rest of your life? And then the kill one is your least favorite strain that we can just...
Do away.
We could do away with.
I'll go.
Yeah, go ahead. You wanna start with
My Mary. There's a Mary in there.
you? Yeah.
Mary
Everyday
is
smoke.
OG Kush. That
Okay.
strain never seems to let me down. Gets me high every time.
That's right.
My fuck strain, I would go with either Scotty's mom. Have you ever
Okay.
tried that one? think
I
it's
haven't
from
had Scotty's
Hot
Mom.
Box. That shit's fire.
Sounds
dude.
great.
And then I would do that one, and then my kill strain.
Yeah, kill strain, yeah.
Kill strain. Fuck. Forbidden fruit. Forbidden fruit sucks.
That one gets killed all the time, bro.
Blue Dream, I mean, I think it overhyped. It was a good smoke, but I don't think it deserved the longevity that it had. There was a lot of way better weed out there.
Yeah.
Another fuck strain would be Green Ribbon. That shit, man. Lumpy's just came out with it again, dude. That if you
missed
guys
that
should
one.
try that one,
That's
try that one. That's fire.
I think that's a Sacramento strain, bro.
It
We used
is.
to push pounds of that back in the day, and
It was green crack before.
a lot of people out of Sac didn't know what that was. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but that shit was focus. We called it focus weed, because we would hit that shit and we would just focus in and grind. That's a true sativa right there. So yeah, I
Wait.
think that's for me.
Did you say green ribbon is green crack?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I have had it then.
Yes, because they
didn't know that.
changed the name because green crack was a little.
It was a little negative.
It was negative, yeah.
Oh,
so they
shit,
changed it
okay.
for dispensary purposes.
I don't know. That green
Got it.
ribbon was going around Sac for a while. Someone here was growing that.
At least that's my understanding.
I hear everybody from
the
SAC talking
growers.
about that, and not too many other places, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
What about you, Moss? What you got? Fuck one, marry one, kill one.
The fuck one is honestly this. Well, it depends who you're getting the weed from. This grower that always gave us this OG Kush at the high times. That old man with the ponytail.
Yep.
His
Yep.
OG Kush was that one that you
Taste
fucking
Got
you
it.
pull in. You feel those fucking little dots in your fucking. You know what I mean? Start
Explosion
coming
in the
out.
chest.
Full flavor. That one's one of the best.
Okay.
Mary one probably would be the original cookie strain. The original,
Nice.
like from
Yeah.
Fairleaf.
Yep.
Back in the day, Burner, he probably still has it, but I don't know why I haven't seen the cookie strain
Bring cookies back.
from those days. You know what I'm saying? Back when that shit was stink through the pocket, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And then fuck one would probably be forbidden fruit. I'm not a tangy guy, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
It's good the first couple times, but
Yeah.
after that, it's like too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah.
I'm gonna go old quick.
Cookie
Yeah.
Solid.
was fire,
Solid
though.
answers.
Yeah.
So now you have to bring back a strain that's no longer here. What would it be?
Blue Dot.
Blue Dot.
Blue Dot.
Haven't had that one.
Blue Dot.
Missed that one.
Have you tried Blue Dot?
No, I never even heard of it.
We used to get that in a dispensary in San Francisco, and
Okay.
it was off of I don't know what street, but yeah, they had that strain.
It was heavy
fire.
in San Fran back in the day.
Pungent, stinky, fucking
What term
But
could
also
you
the one that I
compare it
would,
to?
skunk.
Oh, skunky. Got you.
Skunk,
Got you.
like real,
yeah.
like
I would
in the
say-
pocket. Fuck.
I would say bring back something like the original Northern Lights,
Yeah.
like that one I got caught in the dorm room with, bro. I still remember that weed.
It's
I
good.
I saw it, tried a little of it, and then got it taken. And it was that personal pack that that you bought, then you wanted to take in your fucking dorm room, show them, and tat 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 tat. There comes the cop with the dog, bro. I was fucking like, oh shit. But that weed right there.
Hey, they published a
Fire.
paper on, and he was front page of the paper for the College Times.
Damn.
And it was
The
him
Humboldt.
in handcuffs being walked out by an officer
Oh,
in the
bro.
hallway of the dorm
That
room.
was the Humboldt lumberjack.
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
He brought the paper back down for like, oh shit.
Check
That's
this out,
crazy.
dude.
That's nuts.
I wasn't so stoked at the time because I let my
Yeah.
parents down
My
and
dad
shit.
didn't like
You know,
it.
my dad was
He hated
really wanted me to fucking graduate. I said, "Don't worry, I'm gonna stick to this shit."
Yeah.
School was always easy for me, bro. Like that was
Okay.
always, it wasn't too hard. You know what I mean? But
Fuck school.
yeah.
Fuck school. I'm the other guy.
Yeah, those flavors back in the day in Humboldt were fire, bro. That Northern Lights, like those original Northern Lights are crazy, bro. You know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
On that note, we're going to take a little break. What's up, fam? Just want to take a second to shout out my sponsors over at Buck Mountain Cannabis Delivery. Single source flower, rosin, hash holes, and pre-rolls. All produced in the Sierra foothills of Nevada County. Always fresh depths and light assist direct from the farm. Their product is never more than 6 months old from harvest. Grown with passion and obsession to produce the best sun-grown cannabis possible. And if it's from Buck Mountain, you know it's smoking. Serving Grass Valley and Sacramento. Go check out the menu at buckmountaincannabis.com. Tell them Good Pizza sent you. So let's talk weed etiquette, fellas. What is your smoking, using, growing pet peeve? What grinds your gears?
It grinds my gears. I hate when fucking weed doesn't burn correctly and it fucking eats up the whole side and
Yep.
you can't really get it back on track and you just throw the fucker away.
Yep. I hate that shit.
Yeah. Pet peeves? I'm not too judgmental on
No, that's yours.
shit.
That's your pet peeve, bro. That's
Okay.
what, you know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
That's
it.
a good one.
I don't have many, but
I don't like that either.
runs.
Can't think of any, bro.
What else?
What was your question again?
So, like, what in the weed industry? It could be smoking, growing, doing business, whatever. What, like, you don't like? What grinds your gears? Like, what pisses you off?
Failed
Shit.
failed pesticide tests for fucking
Exactly.
farmers who say that shit's all clean.
Yeah, bro,
Fucking
that
take it through
sucks.
the process,
Yeah.
and it pops, and they sit there like, I don't know.
But nobody
It's like, bro,
sprayed.
like these guys, we'll test it again. Oh, it popped for the same thing, around the same amount. Yeah, bro, that's you.
Man,
Yeah.
that's true, bro. But also, I don't want to hate on the testing labs, but man, they got to standardize that shit, bro.
Yeah.
That's one of my biggest pet. I mean, we can't even figure that shit out sometimes. It's like, hey, man, all the R&D was fucking passed. Now you're saying something failed? Like, never even heard of that pesticide, bro.
Right.
You know, then you take it, test it somewhere else, it passed. Or you take it, test it somewhere else, there's a different pesticide. You're like, these motherfuckers are fucking with you.
Oh, that's
bro.
crazy.
Like, who the fuck is fucking like, where's the standardization in this shit? You know what I mean? Like, it happens to everyone. Every brand has a story about it. You know what I mean? So there's no standardization
There's no
in
consistency.
no lab testing. Like, you know, we talked to one of these other labs. Oh, well, our parameters are like, wait a minute, you have a different parameter than every lab has a different parameter. You're like, that makes no fucking sense, bro. Like, absolutely no sense.
No
dog.
sense.
You're just and you charge us so much.
It's crazy, bro.
The charges for the COAs and all that shit, bro, is a portion of your fucking product cost, bro.
300 to 500 a SKU.
Crazy,
Which
bro.
causes you to go bigger.
Yep.
Exactly.
Sometimes you don't need to go bigger.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Multiple flavors for one SKU.
Yeah. That really is
It's
a
crazy.
determination of adding another flavor or not adding another flavor.
There you
know
go.
what I'm saying?
There you go. I'll
So-
be mixing flavors because of that shit. I'll be like, man, y'all gonna get this shit on the same bag.
Yeah,
know?
that's honestly one of our biggest pet peeves, and none of them are perfect, bro. So
No doubt.
it really sucks, you know.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Favorite place to smoke?
Nature. We don't go there much, but whenever when I go like deliver some orders and shit, there's a spot between Cool and Placerville, and it's this old little miners town, and they have these picnic tables, and there's like a running creek river, the river,
Nice.
dude, and it just sits and there's never anybody there, and
Nice,
there's
bro.
fucking like hawks fucking diving down, like it's just
Oh, that's tight.
This guy's
it's probably
fucking.
It's probably my favorite.
Some National
place to smoke.
Geographic
He's
type
making
smoke
that
spot.
high really
Yeah.
fucking
Just chill.
Work for
Meditate.
him.
He's
bro.
watching the
Yeah.
food chain happen in front of his
Why would
eyes.
you?
Nah,
I would. I'm
I
into
love
that.
smoking at the river too, but for me now, dude, it's at home by myself. I don't know why, bro.
It's all good, bro.
Over these past years, smoking a joint with people, especially even new people, I start freaking out, you know? Like, I can blaze with the AJ or the homies and stuff like that, but other people, I start fucking, I go quiet. Sometimes I'll get anxiety, be like, what the fuck, dude, you know?
Yeah.
I don't think you're alone in that, dude. A
No,
lot
you're
of
not.
people
You're
are
not.
telling
It's
me
fucking
the same
crazy,
thing.
bro.
The weed's way stronger now than what we used to have back in the day. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
understand that, dude.
This one time we were smoking a blunt in the back of our shop. This is when it first hit me. Like, this is when this first happened to me. I used to be the guy holding the box of strawberry swishers, you know what I'm saying? But we're smoking a blunt in the back of the shop. My boy comes in, he's like, hey, so-and-so, like the client, he's here to see his graphic art. And I was like, huh? Bro, we're closed. He goes, my bad, bro. I opened the door. Dude, I panicked because it was one of those clients where weed ain't cool, you know what I'm saying? So I was like,
no.
oh
Big client.
shit. My heart started pounding, dude. I was freaking out. I was like, bro, I can't see him. Dude, I told him you're back here. He's right over there. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? I start freaking out, you know?
yeah.
Like, this was a good client, dude. So I went in the break room. I remember just fucking stuffing Hawaiian bread, dude, drinking fucking water and shit. Like, whoa, bro, why do I feel like this? This is crazy. Was that a sativa? What strain were we just smoking? You know, I was
Yeah.
like, I can't do this again, bro. I can't smoke in the day while I'm working like this. But that's when it first hit me like that. So then I had to start adjusting, you know? So, like, can't smoke in the day with people, you know, like, especially a stranger I just met. You know, I'm not going to talk at all. I'm going to be on the side like, yeah, what's up, dude? You know,
Right.
I would think, oh, they think I'm weird or some shit. But nah, dude, that's how I am. That's how I react to
No
it now,
doubt.
you know? But honestly, it's more so at night. And also, I've been liking edibles a lot. And some good fucking, like a good vape pen takes me out, bro, you know?
Nice.
Stop thinking about business. Go
Yeah, there you
sleep,
go.
dog, you know?
You
You got to know that about yourself. Have that
Yep.
conscious awareness,
For
you know?
sure, bro.
Yeah.
Got to know how to
It's all
unplug,
good.
how to like let go of that day.
Yeah. For sure.
Shit, bro, we're feeling all these fucking different feelings getting older and shit, bro, you know?
Some people get older and that happens out of nowhere. And they just,
I'm
I
telling
can't
you.
smoke, bro. I just freak out. And it's
Yeah.
just like, I don't know. It just happens, man.
Hitting late 30s, dog, you know?
You know, shit gets
Starting to
weird,
feel
dog.
all kind of shit.
Shit gets weird when you get older.
Side, yep,
Yeah, when you pass 35, shit downhill, son.
yep.
Yeah, man. What's your favorite stoner food?
Fuck, that's a good question. Brownie sundae.
Ooh, well done.
Yeah.
You went for it.
Yeah,
I like it.
Some Oreos and milk, bro.
Oreos and milk? All right.
Yeah.
We're going to take it a step further.
Favorite's a favorite.
There's a lot, bro. I mean, what, like...
No, we're going to take it a step further. What's your middle of the night? You're a scumbag, you know it. You're creeping through the kitchen. It's on the counter. You're going to trash the whole thing. Guilty
Oreos
pleasure.
and milk, bro.
Steve staying on Oreos and milk, all right?
Rice, Cocoa Krispies with bananas.
Ooh, that sounds good, man.
That
Cocoa
too.
Krispies
Never
with
did that
banana with milk. Oh, that's my
like it.
midnight. Fuck.
I like it.
Ooh, that sounds good.
I cut that all out though. Remember, at 38 now.
Nah, it's all good, bro. It's all good. Health is wealth, baby.
Health is wealth, bro. For real.
How do you guys define success? And over the years, has that definition of success changed?
You know, to be honest, man, I always talk about this with AJ. Like, sometimes we're always in that fast lane. I'm like, what are we chasing, bro? Everything we have, we have more than a lot of people, bro. We're fucking blessed. We got a big ass family, you know? So like my definition has changed, which also like what business we want to focus on, like, and how we have to cut out other businesses that we really loved, had passion for, but we're like, nah, we need more family time. We need that balance in life. We're getting older.
Mm-hmm.
We can't
Absolutely.
be everywhere no more. We can't miss these these moments of our kids' life, you know. Me and AJ both have younger kids right now, and we always been very family oriented,
Sure.
you know. That's honestly our success, bro.
That's
and
great,
if you can
man.
just make a living, you know, pay for bills, have extra, be able to travel the world. We've traveled so many fucking places, bro.
Dope.
Like that's fucking life, bro.
Yeah,
you
that's
know?
great, man. I dig it.
I would say success, 3 things. Be good with be good with your family, be good with your job, love your family, and be good with God. And I think if you got those 3 things, you're pretty unstoppable.
I like
Yep.
that. That's
You know what I
powerful.
mean?
That's
So-
biblical.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
I fuck with that.
Yeah.
No doubt. If you could pick one person to be your mentor, anybody in the world, who would it be?
Fuck. Joe Rogan.
Fire. As a podcaster, me too, dog.
Joe Rogan. I was like, hey, dog.
Very successful man.
Yeah, he's cool and I don't know.
He's the man,
he has
bro.
dope
It's
guests.
fucking Joe Rogan.
Yeah, Joe Rogan.
You know?
That's a good question, man. Because me and AJ have very good mentors right
Yeah,
now
we do.
who own like other kind of companies. You know what I mean? And they're very important to us, dude. They steer us in the right way. They teach us a lot about business. That's a hard one, dude.
You could shout out one of your mentors, one of your current mentors.
He's not pot friendly, bro.
Okay, let's big up that.
No, I'm just
Big up
fucking
to
around. No. Our partner Lenny and Joey, they're both really good mentors for me
Yeah.
and AJ. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
No doubt. Shout out.
They're super good mentors
time.
to us, bro.
Both of
They they run bigger businesses, fucking
Dope.
tons of employees, bro. Like so we
Dope.
learn a lot from that, bro. And we learn to put our ego aside and we like to learn now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you do that? You know?
Yep.
We did it this way, but let's try it that way. You know what I'm saying? Before we thought we knew everything, bro.
Dude, once
You
you
know?
put your ego and your pride aside, dude, everything starts coming a lot easier.
Yep.
Like you don't ever like once that happens, your whole mindset and everything is to absorb everything from everyone, and you can really learn something from somebody at the bottom all the way to the top. Like there's something to learn from everyone.
Absolutely.
So that shit
Solid.
for sure.
Now I need you guys to shout out your favorite plug from back in the day. You don't gotta say his
plug?
real name, maybe the nickname, you know.
Croc.
Crop.
We'll give Croc.
Crop.
Shout out
Croc's
to
the
Croc.
man, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for taking care of my guys, man.
Yeah.
So you guys still in contact with Croc?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
bet. June 16th is National Plug Day. Make sure you get him some. Get him a joint, get him a sack. shoot
He's
him a
out of
Venmo,
the
get him
game.
coffee.
He's been out of the game.
We'll send him
for
a
while,
Venmo.
but-
Little 20 bucks. Let him know you're thinking about him.
Yeah. Okay. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
That's dope.
National
That's
Plug
dope.
Day.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, before we dip up out of here, if you could go back to the young you, the day before you jumped in the game, what advice would you tell you?
Hold off for a little bit. Wait till I'm in high school. Fuck. And it was cool in high school, but don't do it as extreme and as much as I did. That's all.
Yeah.
That's it. Just like moderation.
Yeah.
Don't be the biggest fucking pothead you can be in high school.
Right.
Like just enjoy it at the parties, enjoy it, to relax or to recover from whatever, but moderation. Just control that shit, especially when your brain is still developing.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I mean?
I wish I would have did that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I smoked a lot, bro.
Yeah, same.
I would have slowed down on my hustle, bro. I was always the hustler. I was always fucking trying to make that fucking... I'll be in the middle of a party, someone wants an eighth or an ounce or a half pound, whatever, I'm going, you know?
Oh, no shit.
My pops always used to tell me, slow down, dude.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I would have slowed down a little more, enjoyed the times that all the parties we had, you know?
No doubt.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yep.
We had a good time.
Well, yo, before we get out of here, guys, if there's anything you want to plug, anything you want to shout out, these are your cameras right here. Highlight them.
Hell yeah,
Let
man.
more
We just
people
want to
find you.
shout out. For me, I want to shout out my crew.
Yeah.
You know, B.
I got to know.
Shout out to
I love
Ashley,
Shout out.
HH Cole, Dev. AJ has a shout out for him right here.
Let's go.
I just want to make sure I
That's
don't
love,
forget
man.
anybody. Because there's a lot of people that has helped us, and I know, You know what I mean? So the Calibis team, Brian, Dev, Lenny, Pika, all day, Sky, Big Red, Dave, Preferred, Chris, High Vibrations, Pat Clark, Kenny Roth, Bubs, John, HH Co, NCTC, the whole crew, Rodney, our wives and our kids, you know.
Yep.
Calabus supporters all day from the beginning. We still got fucking cult following from the beginning. So much love to them. All of our clubs, John Day, Josh, Demetrio, Sam, everybody who supports us and has supported us from the beginning. Appreciate that.
Much love, brother.
Big love.
sir.
Big
Yep.
love. Hell yeah.
Yep.
Shout out
Oh,
Good
geez.
Pizza.
Yes, sir.
Good pizza, baby.
Good pizza all day.
Thanks for coming through, bro.
Thank you for having us.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Thanks for coming through.
Hell
You
yeah.
already know, Calibis, Good Pizza. Thanks to all our Patreons for subscribing. If you haven't yet, please go on YouTube and hit the like and subscribe button. Leave us some comments. Let you know what you loved about the episode. We appreciate y'all, man. Peace, love, good pizza. We up out of here.
Peace.